Okay. So we will start by the art. Okay. Yesterday we started mentioning the first one that we did. We told us that time is not money. That's the first thing. Time is not time is not money. We were able to establish that yesterday. We also told us that you don't need to have a job to make money. And then when this God that money is not wealth. Okay. So on the issue of money is not wealth, we discussed so much that the bakery and garden mindset, money is not wealth because if you think that money is wealth, you focus on the money and you misses the wealth. Wealth is the ability to create value, product, or serve someone other than you. And wealth is the result of massive value exchange. Money is one of the result of wealth. When I create wealth for someone else other than me, I don't just get money, I get goodwill, appreciation, celebration, and many things that money cannot buy. So we discussed so much that money is a store of value. It measures value. Money is a way to store and measure the amount of value you add to someone else other than you. So all the money you need is in someone else's pocket. So either you steal it, which is not recommended, you beg, which is not recommended, or you give massive value in exchange for it. So what we ended yesterday was that if we keep this that money is slave of value, money follows value, value, product. So when you receive money for what the value you created for someone else other than you, so you'll be fulfilled. And then value comes from three major sources. That's what we stopped yesterday. We just discussed about this issue of value. We're trying to wrap up on the third one. Was it third or fourth I mentioned yesterday? Was it three and four I mentioned? How many? Three. Okay. So we are trying to see where value comes from. Under the money is not well. So value comes from three major sources. Comes from Okay, this is the thing we start from here. A value comes from, let me shift this one like this. Value comes from A here, past perceived void, past perceived void, past perceived void, create present pursued value. So there are so many things that we wish we have when growing up as a child. So since we did not have them, those are the major reason why most of us are still um, are working, looking for money. That's what we value. For example, for some of us, we actually wanted to um someone like me, I really love Mercedes Benz as growing up as a child. So I was telling myself the moment I have money, I'll buy Mercedes Benz. So if one the past specific for those vacuum, sometimes most of us never go on vacation. I say when I have money, I'll go on vacation. I will leave Nigeria, I'll go on vacation and come. So the past things that you feel that was missing in your life, that is what they value. So if you find out somebody who has a need of something that he feel he did not get as a child and he still want to get it, that means he value that thing. If you give him that thing, he will give you money. So if you want to know what is valuable to somebody, yesterday we talked about yesterday, you must have a conversation, you must have a discussion, and for you to find out what the person valued. So if you can create him what he valued, what he think is missing in his life, he can give you money. So what we discussed the where value comes from, things that you feel like you don't have that have been missing all your life is what you value. So the first way value comes from is that you cannot, because value is anything that is useful to someone else other than you. Then how do you know what is useful to me? What is useful to me is one of the things I value, I wish I should have that I never had. If you bring it to me now and I can afford it, I can as well give you money in exchange. So the only way to know what is valuable to somebody is to have a discussion, because it can be valuable to you, but not valuable to me. For example, now, if you give me like let's say um, um, okay, let's say for the ladies, they value the weave on or the wig. If the lady give me a wig, for me, say I should use it, it's not valuable to me because I don't need it. But to her, it's valuable to her. And that's something that is valuable. Let me say something that I don't really value. Let me say, hey, you buy me a game. this DST, what they call it, this PP, what they call it, I don't, yes, I don't value it. So for you, you value it. Some people value it. So for you to know what I value, you must have had a discussion with me. And what else? Okay, football. I don't really care about football. I don't really value it. You call me, let's go and watch match. I don't really care. But for some people, they value it. You know, there are so many things people value that is not valuable to you. There are some things I value that might not value to some. So you have to find out what is valuable, what is missing in their life. So that is where value comes from. Number two way value comes from is your present perceived virtue create present pursued value. So number B here, present perceived virtue. Present perceived virtues create present pursued value. Create present pursued value. So the kind of things people whatever they are valuing now, whatever they need now, this is what they missed in the past. This is what they're valuing now. So for you to know what someone else value, you pay you money for the things he perceived as valuable to them. You always pay for the things you value in the present. So if you value clothes like me, my tailor just made me some senator's clothes. I like it. I didn't even tell him. He said, "Okay, I don't make 3 new sets of clothes too." I said, "Wow, can I see them?" He said, "You look good on you." So he brought them to me. So you know that I value these things. I like them. I like to wear them. Shoe, clothes, bags, wristwatch. All those. I don't like wristwatch anyway. I have like 5 or 6. I don't wear them. I don't. It feels like a burden to me. I carry so many load on my body. I don't really like it. But clothes, whatever I value now, whatever you value now. So it comes through discussion, through interaction, where somebody know that this is what you value. Like a lot of people value the fact that they want to make money work for them. So I know if I go and find trainings and topics on how to help you make money, manage money, and multiply money, they will value it. So I know everybody have money problem. Either the problem of making, or problem of managing, or problem of multiplying. Poor man has problem of making money. Poor average man has problem of managing his money. A wealthy man have a problem of multiplying his money. So I reach a wealthy man, I don't tell him, "I want to teach you how to make money." No. I say, "Okay, I can show you how you can multiply your money." He's interested. What do you say again? I'll start talking. If I meet an average man, I will tell him, "Sir, do you know I can show you how you can manage your money, put in different funds, treasury bills, bond, mutual fund." He's interested. If I meet a poor man, he doesn't have. I say, "Do you know I can help you make money?" He said, "What did you say again?" I said, "I can help you make money." He said, How do I make the money?" I think we need to start creating value. So, so I begin to find subjects that focus. So I don't talk about health because I'm not a medical doctor. I don't talk about law. I'm not a lawyer. So the people that are looking for cases to make, they don't come to me. People that have many people that they go to the hospital or clinic. So you see, so I find a niche in the marketplace that people that has need will be attracted to me and we'll do it together. We'll make the money together. So I know that talk about leadership. They talk about how people can organize the system and structure, put system in their enterprise, in their businesses, in the organization. These are the things I talk about. So I talk about how you can become the ultimate version, better version of yourself, that anything you touch turns into gold. So this is what people will presently value. So if you want to know how to create value for somebody, you must have a discussion to know what the person must have missed in his life, what he values presently. And the last way value comes from is the third one, which I said, future perceived vision. Future perceived vision. Future. Future perceived vision. Create present pursued value. Present pursued value. So what the person missed in the past, what the person valued at the present, and what the person is looking up to in the future. So if you need to paint the picture of somebody, if I work with you, you buy a car, you buy land, you travel around the world, you get a good home, get a good business. This is the future he's looking for. So if the person doesn't have interest in something in the future, you are trying to create value for him, it's not useful to him. If I give you just a tire of a car and you don't have a car, it's not useful to you. If I give you something that is not useful to you, so value is anything that is useful to someone else other than you. So what the money facts they tell us is that they made you make sure that money is wealth. No, money is not wealth. It's wealth is far infinitely more important than money. Because money, if you put money in front of a man, it makes him impatient. Money creates impatience. So you will not be patient in the process. So that is why you have to create focus on wealth. And we define wealth as a yesterday. Let me just give us one of those things we said yesterday. That Wealth is your ability to create value, product or services for someone else other than you. Because once you create that value, you will not just get money. You will get goodwill, appreciation, celebration, the things that money cannot buy. And you also get money to buy the things money can buy. So people always spend money in the present to be able to achieve something in the future that they desire to achieve in the future that most people don't have and could not have. If I let write that statement here, they'll just put some statement here so it can make more sense. Write it down. People will always spend money. People will always and always spend money. People always spend money to be able to achieve something in the future. People always spend money to be able to achieve something in the future, that they desire to achieve in the future that most people don't have and could not have. Full stop. People always spend money in the present. People always spend money in the present to be able. Mr. George, please turn a little bit now. Let me face this way. Thank you. People always spend money in the present. People always spend money in the present to be able to achieve something in the future that they desire to achieve in the future that most people don't have and could not have. So a lot of people will spend money to buy land in shelter with 1,000 or so on, so as in the future they can build on it. A lot will spend money to have good health. So they want to have good health to live longer. They want to take some supplements. They want to seek medical attention. They want to spend money in the present to achieve something in the future they could not have. And people always spend money in the present to be able to achieve something in the future, that they desire to achieve in the future that most people don't have and could not have. Full stop. So, the most important thing in creating wealth is who you become. But money, money just makes money. Let's say that money makes you more of who you are. If you're a stingy man, money makes you more stingy. Hardworking, a giver, you are selfish. Money just amplify. So it's simple but hard to create value for someone else other than you, because the most important thing in creating value is transformation, not the money. If I read the right, very important. It is simple. It is simple and it's hard. That is, it is simple and it's also hard to create value. Why I say it's simple and hard. Why it's hard is because I will explain. It is simple and it's hard to create value for someone else other than you. It is simple and it's also hard to create value for someone else other than you, because the most important thing you get is your transformation and not the money. The most important thing you get is transformation, not the money. Why it's simple and hard is because it's simple and hard to create value for someone else other than you, because the most important thing you get in the process of creating value is transformation and not money. The most important thing you get in the process of creating value is transformation and not money. So you must have been transformed to become the person that can always create that value. So a lot of these things you see is value. Marker, board, shoe, clothes, the things you wear. The person that created this marker, he thought about it, went to bed with it, think about it in the womb of imagination, and the marker become an idea. And he now share the idea to people that come together, they created the marker. And now he has created one, is used. So he has transformed to become the person that can always create marker. You build organization, Thomas Edison, who he became in the process of trying to create value for humanity is more important than the money. It costs fulfillment. So I said it is simple and hard to create value for someone else other than you, because the most important thing you get in your in the process of creating value is transformation and not money. So what we do is this: we entrepreneurs, businessmen. What the money fact they never told us that. They never told us to come and create value in school. The miseducated and misinformed educational system told us to go and get certificate and work for money. It was a big one, the money myth. There's no way you can work for money and have more money, because money will never fulfill what it promises. So the basis is to come and create value. That is the one they should have told us. They would have told us to come and create value. Use your creativity. Think of how you can create something that solves people problem, either their past problem, their present problem, their future problem. Because in the faculty of your thinking, of your imagination, in the womb of your imagination, you will give birth to idea, and you'll be able to work on your idea, so that you not just get money in exchange, you get goodwill, appreciation, of course, celebration, and other things that money cannot buy. So write down your note. Focus on the solution and satisfaction of your value to your customer or buyer. Focus on the solution and satisfaction of your value. Focus on the solution and satisfaction of your value your buyer will get, not the money you earn. Focus on the solution and satisfaction your value will give to your buyer or consumer, not the money you earn. So you are focusing on the value, focus on the solution and satisfaction of your value your buyer will get or your consumer, and not the money you earn. That will lead to transformation. So you are keep focusing on money, 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 money. Counting your eggs when he has not even hatched. You know, cancel your bets or cancel your eggs in the tummy of the chicken. So focus on the solution and the satisfaction your value that your value will give to your buyer or consumer, not the money you earn. Focus on the solution and satisfaction your value will give to the buyer or consumer, not the money you earn. Because if your consumer is satisfied and is has solved his problem, he'll give you money. So we don't really focus, entrepreneurs who want to be sustainable, successional wealth, focus on the solution and satisfaction the buyer will get or a consumer, not the money he will earn. But you know what poor people do is that they focus on the money. I might tell you, when you focus on the money, you cannot get wealth. You focus on wealth, you get money. So it depends on what you focus on. Yesterday we did a lot of job. So today I must actually conclude what we started yesterday because tomorrow a different class for us. So um that is number three. Number three, I need to just round up where value comes from. Value comes from past perceived void and also comes from present perceived virtue and also comes from future perceived vision. That's where value comes from. So for you to know what is value to somebody, you have to talk with the person, you have to help him. It's called persuasion. Persuasion is different from selling. Persuasion is helping somebody to make decision on what you already want to buy. But selling is to make somebody buy what you wanted to buy just for your own purpose, your own good. But I will talk about that shortly. So I'll give a flesh to it. But let's just do something very interesting because I need to mention one of the 7 things I discovered and I wish to share with you that will not just give you fulfillment. Okay, number 4 now about money facts. 7 money facts you should know as school never taught us. That you need money to make money. They told us that you need money to make money. That is not true. You don't always need money to make money. I can prove it to you several stories, but let me just give you one. Before I give you the note, there's a man called Colonel Harlan Sander, the founder of KFC. This young man retired from a job, and when he saw his paycheck, he looked at his future at his old age. He said, "Old soldier never tire. So if I go home, I will die. I have a recipe, chicken spice recipe." So the man was knocking on 1,001 door. You knock on the door, you open the door, you never had money. He said, "I have a recipe, chicken recipe. Can give it to you if you use it, and there's an increment in your sales. You can give me some percentage from the increment." There's a lot of no, 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 until he got one yes. Who accepted to get his recipe and then give him a little interest on with a profit on the increase in sales. That was why the guy actually have a KFC fast food today. It's all over the world. KFC fast food because he was knocking on doors. So what do you need to make money? Write it down. It takes tenacity. It takes tenacity, character, discipline. It takes tenacity. What he needs to make money, you need tenacity, tenacity. You need tenacity. You need character to do. You know, I told you about character, integrity. Integrity is to yourself. Character is others. When you say to yourself, you do something, you do it, you have integrity. When you say to someone else, you keep to your word, you have character. You need discipline. You need discipline. Okay? You also need ability to sell. Ability to sell. And you need to teach. Okay? So you need these things to make money. Because if you keep knocking on doors, you will get a yes. If you keep persisting, keep showing up, standing up and speak up, you will get a yes. So you need creativity to make money. I should cancel this one. You need That is after sales. You need creativity. I don't know. I have so many dusters or something. I don't like this one. Abraham, please get me a duster from upstairs. Check the hall. You see duster for me. So you need creativity to make money. You need creativity to make money. So I want the major thing you need to make money. I will give you like a statement. I would like you to write this one. Let me give you one popular statement. And if you try this statement, I'm telling you now, if you try it today, before next week this time, you'll make money. Because the money you are looking for is in people's pocket. That's the truth. So you must give them so much value that they're willing to part away with that money in their pocket. All Naira is not taking out of Nigeria. You want to leave Nigeria, you have to change your Naira. Even going to Ghana, you have to change your Naira to Ghana cedis. You have to go to US, you have to change your Naira to dollar. UK, you have to change your money to Naira to dollar, then go to UK, change your dollar to pounds. Imagine that. So that means all Naira is in Nigeria. And definitely, so where is the Naira? It's in people's pocket. So how do you give them? Must give them value. Something that they need and are ready to give you that is more important than that money in their pocket. So what are you supposed to do? You also find people's problem and how do you find problem? I read you some idea and be obsessed with helping them solve the problem. They always give my hand. Please, you want to solve problem for the rich and wealthy and the average men so that they can give you money. If in our business, anybody cannot even afford 70K cannot even be in our business. So we don't even talk to them. So just go home. It's not for you. Try it another day. Yes or yes? We are not crying. We are not begging, right? No. It doesn't work. There's nothing we can do. You have to go and enjoy your poverty first. It's not a bad thing to enjoy. Just a little bit more. Just few months, few more weeks. Poverty is still smiling around you when you take care of that. But you want us to actually help you. If you don't have money, we can give you book because our job as an entrepreneur is not to solve your money problem, but to teach you and educate you. I don't like this particular dust. Like Abraham, yeah, bring. You still go back again. Get me the other one. Thank you so much. I don't like this one. Get me the other one, please. Thank you so much. So I would like us to write this down. We need to care enough about other people's. We need to care enough and be obsessed over other people's problem long enough to figure out the solution. We need to care enough and be obsessed about other people's problem. We need to care enough and be obsessed about solving other people's problem. We need to care enough and be obsessed about solving other people's problem long enough to figure out the solution. We need to care enough and be obsessed about solving other people's problem long enough to figure out the solution. We need to care enough and be obsessed about solving other people's problem long enough to figure out the solution. We need to care enough and be obsessed about solving other people's problem long enough to figure out a solution. We need to care enough and be obsessed about solving other people's problem long enough. Bring it to me. Thank you. Yeah, this is better. And can't you see? If you clean the board, you see it's better. We don't even get new ones, but it's fine. We need to care enough and be obsessed about solving other people's problem long enough to figure out the solution. So you need to say, okay, these people in this society, they're all that job seekers. When they finish school, what they need is job. So what do I do now to solve this job problem? So what if I create a training for them to identify God's creativity in them, even though they're born naked but not born empty? God gave us something in them, talent, creativity, ideas, concept, that they can believe in themselves and stand up with their legs to start creating, to tailoring, fashion, the mechanic, carpentry, poultry farm. They can do something on their own to at least make money. They can employ other people. So what if they employ five people? 50 of us can do 5 people. That's about 500 already, or something. 125. So we can do something. So you begin to start with mental emancipation. You start with mental deliverance. Start with teaching and sowing the seeds of greatness into the hearts of men. So you need to care about. Thomas Edison cared about solving life's problem. He was so obsessed with it that the man fell over 1,000 times and never realized that that 1,000 can even cripple him. But when they finally got it, the journalist asked a question. He said, "You fell 1,000 times." He said, "No, and I fell, and I only found 1,000 ways it can never work." That was what he did because he was so obsessed about, "I'm not going to rest until I find the solution and the satisfaction of my consumers of my goods or products." So it wasn't the money because he understood that value commands its own return. If you solve problem for someone, it will always give you money in exchange. So the reason, write it down. This one very important. The reason many people cannot fix their own personal problem is because they can't fix any other person's problem. The reason many people can't fix their financial problem, emotional problem, the reason many people cannot fix their personal issues, the reason why many people cannot fix their personal problem is because they can't fix anybody's problems. They cannot fix. The reason why people don't fix their personal issues, personal problems, finances, emotion, marital relationship, the reason they can't fix their problem is because they can't fix anybody else's problem. They cannot fix anybody else's problem. So they always think about self. They can't fix. If you think about how can I solve someone's problem, the more you try to solve problem for people, the more you find out your own problem will be taken care of. That's why God created the world. The world created the world that the moment any part of the body is helping the body to work, that part of the body will start doing fine. If your hand is working, your body is feeling fine. Your legs, your eyes, your nose. But if one of them is slack, they work. It can affect part of the body, and even himself will be sick. So I say the reason why many people cannot fix their personal problems, whether for example finances, emotional relationship, this is you name them, is because they can't fix anyone else's problem. They cannot fix anybody's problem. They cannot fix someone else's problem. They cannot fix it. They're not even interested. They're not interested to fix anybody's problem. They're not interested to solve anything for somebody, add value, contribute, make impact. They're not interested. So because they're not interested, they cannot also fix their own problem. Because in the process of trying to fix somebody's problem, you discover how to also fix your own problem. That's how it happened. In the process of me trying to help people, because I don't like people opening business they close. It's one of the things that pains me most. Why do business fail? Because I really understood that business don't fail. People fail. People don't fail. They don't just know enough. So what is that they don't know that they make the business to fail? Because that's in business, someone is succeeding. Marriages don't fail. People fail. Why people fail? They don't just know enough. They don't just know enough about marriage. That's why they fail. Marriage is an institution. It has its own curriculum. Even from God, God said, love your wife. Your husband, love your wife as Christ loved the church. Wife, submit to you. So he has some basic principles. It's called fundamental pillars. And once you shift the pillars, you go collapse. Put the pillars first without building blocks. And then you have to understand, how can somebody go into a marriage? You've not even read 4-5 books about marriage. You go fail now. Okay, how can you study medicine and surgery? You've not read about 5 books. You go fail. You go theater, you will keep person. So there's no body of knowledge without a study. There's a study to every body of knowledge. There's a knowledge. Carpentry, tailoring. See, the thing is this. There are the reason why people still remain broke and poor for a long time. I told you something. There was a scripture they recorded in the Bible that Daniel discovered by books that the children of Israel should have been captive for 430, 480. That means the 400 and something years ago, they're supposed to be out of captivity. They're supposed to be free. But none of them took it upon themselves to study and learn until Daniel came. Daniel came to discover by books, that they're supposed to be out of captivity for a long time. And nobody knew about it. They were all ignorant about it. That's the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. I can tell you the truth. Most people that are struggling today, they shall be out of property long time ago. But nobody cared to find out, why are we still struggling with money? Why are we still having with money? Nobody even cared to talk about what are the money facts that they never told us, that enslaves us, make us powerless, make us, powerless about taking action. So one of the things is this, that you don't need money to make money. All you need is tenacity, you need courage, determination, you need to go out there, discipline. I went to my first company, Funny Vision Nigeria Limited, about 2 million shares capital. I did not have up to 100K to start that business, but the business, of course, actually got investors. How did I get investors? I went to learn. How did I learn? I went to Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN EDC, Central Bank of Nigeria Entrepreneurship Development Center at Onitsha. I went to this place and I learned how to write an achievable workable plan. And after 2 weeks class, they now told us we now sit down and write our own business plan. We do 3 years forecast, 10 years forecast, risk mitigation, cash flow, risk, and all those things, profit and loss. And then I brought investors for us to present our plan to them. And the board president, they invested money in us. So I never actually needed money anywhere. And it is knowledge, knowledge. And I went to acquire knowledge, and knowledge attracts money. Money, as the Bible says, by wisdom, the house is built. Understanding is established. And by knowledge, the house is filled with pleasant places. So without knowledge, you can have everything, you'll be struggling. I'm telling you the truth. A lot of people have gotten some sort of value. Some people come around me, they don't have money. I give you books to read. 3-5 books. I can even invest. The Lord lets me. If not, I will tell you I'm not interested. So one of the things I do first, anybody that don't accept knowledge is not worthy, is not qualified to handle wealth because the money is gone so soon. He's not qualified. Because see, the thing is this, I want to make you understand that wealth is a qualifier, knowledge is a qualifier. So knowledge is a qualifier. The Bible says, "He that walk with the wise will be what? Companion of fools will be what? Destroy. Companion of fools will be destroyed." That is Proverbs 18, verse 20. Proverbs 18, verse 20. And who is a fool? Proverbs 1, verse 22c says, "Fools hate knowledge." Fools do what? Hate knowledge. They hate it. So how do you know somebody is a foolish person? Give him knowledge. How do you know a foolish person? Give him knowledge. He will stand up and go home. Then if somebody hates knowledge, the Bible says he's a fool. Why do you want to invest in a fool? Because even you working with a fool, you will destroy yourself. He said the companion, that means it's not with the foolish man. That you work out with foolish man, that you work out with them, you the follow and talk. Now you will destroy. You know what it means? Tearing, destroy. So you don't need money to make money. All you need is tenacity, relationship, have knowledge, acquire knowledge. See, knowledge attract, attract. There are people that can never find favor in the sight of God, in the sight of men, because they hate knowledge. Once you have knowledge, you find favor in the sight of God, in the sight of men. That means wherever others are not succeeding, so you have knowledge. So knowledge. Yes. So let me go to the next thing. Okay, let me give you some notes here. Okay, write it down your note. I will tell you that the reason why people cannot fix their problem is that they cannot fix someone else's problem. So, and okay, let me just say this, but don't write it down. The reason why I'm able to fix my own problem is that I care about so many other people's problem, then I fix a problem for them. Because when I fix a problem, they always give me money, and I always use it to fix my own problem. So the more people I fix for people, the more things I help them do, and then the more money I will make for myself. So money you see is not something you pursue. Money is something you attract based on who you are. Money is energy. Turn on energy. Okay, number 5 money myth that nobody needs to choose. Investing money is better than saving money. That is number 5. They never told you that investing money is better than saving money. Investing money is better than saving money. I always sing it like song. It's not the money you save that will save you. It's the money you invest that will save you. So it's not the money you save that will save you. It's the money you invest that will save you. When you save money, you put money to rest. When you invest money, you put money to work. So the goal is that money should work for you. If I let me even differentiate what saving is and investing. So let me just do something like this. Okay, I would like to put saving here first, savings and investing here. Just 2 statements. So I'd like to stabilize it. Men like things in box. Saving money is that I am holding on to it till later date. Saving money is that I am holding money. I'm holding money. I'm holding on it. I'm holding to it till later day. Till a later date. So I just hold it. I'm holding to it till a later date. I'll just keep it. I will need it tomorrow. When I have problem, when I'm sick, when I need house. So the money doesn't mean just holding on to it till a later date. So investing money is putting it into something that is going to turn into more. So I am putting it into something. I'm putting it into something that's going to turn into more. I'm putting into something that is going to turn into more. So treasury bills, bond, mutual fund. So I'm putting it into something that will turn into more, especially independently of my effort. That means if my effort is not going to be needed, my time, energy, intellectual property will not be needed. It's very perfect. So you put it in something that will give you more, that your time doesn't have to be needed. Treasury bills, bond, mutual fund. So you don't hold on to money. They always tell us, hey, make money, save money, make money, save money. And now the thing is that saving money is not a bad thing to do. In fact, it's one of the first discipline you need to take if you want to be wealthy. But some of us have the habit of always going back to touch this money. You save money, no problem. You want to do the eye of the money, nose, ear, cut the money, come and chop them, and with the philosophy that is my money, I will pay it back. And you never pay it back, and you will never pay back. So that is why you don't keep the money where you can easily see. Because any money can easily see, can easily touch, can easily be spendable. You want to save money. The purpose of saving money is to make more money. So the reason why you're saving money to use to buy investment, that's it, investment. So you pay yourself first. That is one school never taught us. School never told you that Any money you have, you should pay yourself first. Any money you have, you want to be wealthy, you must pay yourself a minimum, non-negotiable. Tell your neighbor, non-negotiable. No, now tell your neighbor, it's not negotiable. Oh. So you must pay yourself a minimum of 10%. And you use the money to buy assets. The purpose of saving is to invest the money. So if I put it like this on my note, it's not the money you save that will save you, it's the money you invest that will save you. When you save money, put money to rest. When you invest money, put money to work. Why would you save something that is going to be less over time? Inflation erodes wealth because government keep printing money or borrow money and to make shit useless. So the reason why people save money is, and they want to save money to solve problem. If they have more problem. So the reason why we save money is not solve. If once we keep money, that money is not our own anymore. That money is our future. That money is called errand boy. So school never told us that you should save money to buy investment. You've got the guy that even teach you is already in debt. Most lecturers are owing, that have money problem. That is the problem. So they cannot give what they don't have. You cannot pour an empty cup. And the people that think that employees, how can an employee teach you to become investor? It's not possible. You cannot teach you cannot give what you don't have. Even if he's talking it, the spirit that will make it a reality is not there. The determination will not there, because that is why we have three types of education. We have the scholastic education, the professional education, and the wealth education, called the financial education. So scholastic, learn how to read and write. That's what secondary school does. Read down. So university does what they call professional education. So the curriculum of the school is to make sure you become a professional and work for the rich. That is why we give you certificates so you can work for us. You need certificate to work for any big company, but you don't need certificate to own a company. So the purpose of training you is to come and work for us. Is to become a modern day slave. So I will pay you peanuts. We use money to enslave you. So they told us, not like me, that every money I earn is a must that I don't chop the 10%. If I chop the 10%, that my 10% is my errand boy, my future. Tomorrow I'll become the errand boy. If all of us have saved 10% of all the money we earn for the last 20 years, by now, all of us would have gotten 10 million, 5 million, 2 million, 50 million, 100 million, and you put in investment, that money is working for you. You never told us. So all your life, you have been telling me when I have money, I would buy investment, and you will never have money. So the goal is not to save big money. The goal is the discipline. Tell me, discipline. The amount is irrelevant. It's the habit that is the most important thing. The habit of paying yourself first. So one of the money myths is that you should save money. But the good thing is that investing money is more better than saving money. So if you keep investing your money in the next 2-3 years from now, a lot of people will tell me, oh, that give me small interest, small percentage on treasury bills, bond, mutual fund. That is why it's secure and sustainable. There's a book you read called Richest Man in Babylon. They want to make your money grow faster. You will lose the money. There's nobody that actually want to grow money faster like this that will not eventually lose the money. Playing coupon, Niger bet, casino, trying to make much profit from money, you will lose it. So one of the things we do, we know that it's going to take us process. Then a process. So number what now? Number six. Most valuable skill for making money is your ability to sell. They never taught us in school that the most valuable skills, the most valuable skill for making money, the most valuable skill for making money